If it is or if it ain't, it's going to come out. Good morning, everybody. It's your girl, Miracle Sims, and you're listening to God, Sex, and Love. Your daily dose of inspiration, the juice. It is November the 9th, 2023, and today the topic is Rest in Peace. Happy Thursday, everybody. Happy Thursday. I hope that you all had a wonderful Wednesday. Mine was just fine. Yes, mine was long as I told y'all it was going to be, but it was just fine overall. We had a good meeting, all staff meeting and everything like that. Nice lunch and whatnot as well. And then afterwards, I just kind of chilled, let my little guy just play. And then once the child care person got ready to leave, I went and took him out for dinner. And let him play there and whatnot. It got interesting. Because some of the other kids, weren't my kid, But outside of that, and then came on back to the church to do the child care, a regular child care day. And then finally came on back home. So that was my day in a nutshell. That's what my Wednesday looked like. I hope y'all had a great Wednesday as well. I am recording a little later than usual, but again, I just come when the Lord lead me to come. So I mean, I don't know if y'all should look at 6 a.m. as my go time anymore. Just look at sometime during the day, the Lord's gonna have Miracle give some juice, most likely in the morning. But anywho, but I really need to get ready soon. So I don't know how much I'm gonna share, but to give you guys a little quick understanding of where the inspiration for today's conversation has come from, I would say that perhaps it was inspired by the dreams that I was having last night. Maybe it was one dream continuation. I don't know how much, again, that I'm going to share with y'all or whatever, but I think the dream played a part in this conversation. And then the times that the Lord was waking me up, I woke up around like 1:01. I think I also got woke up around like 3:26 or 27, one of those. I think it was 26. And then I listened to the prayer meditation with the Soul Space app. I listened to that twice because I fell asleep on the first time I listened to it. So yeah, all of those things played a part in this conversation about rest in peace. Now, I know this is a familiar phrase. Y'all done heard this before. Rest in peace. R.I.P. Usually it's on a tombstone and things of that nature. And if I give you guys a little piece of the dream that I was having last night, all I pretty much remember is this. There was a young man, and the interesting thing was, he looked like one of the little guys that is in the class at church. But some other names came into my heart and mind this morning as I was thinking about the young man in my dream. And it's some names of like 2 other little boys that are in the class. So I found that to be interesting. But I'm trying to remember the name of the boy that the boy in my dream actually looked like. And that name keeps going away from my mind this morning. So I haven't been able to look that up. But I did take a look at, the names that were coming into my heart and mind to look up. And those names, have interesting meanings. So, but again, I don't have any of that in front of me. So if I feel led to share with you guys that information during the after show, then I will. If not, if I don't have time or whatever, maybe it's just for me. But I did look, the names that I did remember up. And again, it was interesting. Then there was another lady in my dream that is a lady I grew up with. and her name stood out and meant something significant as well. But basically, the young man in my dream passed away, and not to say that the kid, I'm just saying he was older. He was like an older version of this young kid, looked like the young kid that I know, but an older, like teenage kind of age range. But anyway, and the kids that I work with is elementary, if y'all don't know. But anyway, so long story short, basically the kid passed away, and the lady I know, we was at a wake or something, and the lady I know just she didn't go off or nothing, but she just was very like honest and matter of factly about like, the lifestyle that the kid was living, and because people were asking about, do we think he's resting in peace, right? Do we think he's in heaven, X, Y, and Z? And she just kind of blatantly came out like, nah, because he just wrote this the other day, or whatever, right? Some stuff like that was going on, which is kind of taboo. I mean, honestly, when people pass away, no matter whether they was good or not, usually people say good stuff about them, you know what I mean? And then they say things that make you feel like they up in heaven, you know what I mean? And stuff like that. And that's kind of, maybe that's not honest or whatever. So maybe it's, but anyway, regardless, I'm just telling y'all what happened in the dream. So anywho, so I'm waking up, again, at these different times this morning, and then feeling led to go back and rest and get more and stuff like that. And so by the time I wake up this morning, I'm like, all of that was in my mind, but at the same time, the things that the prayer meditation was saying was in my mind, and then also the verses that I was coming across. And then I even went deeper and looked up the numbers of the times when the Strong's Concordance, and those things were interesting as well. So ultimately, I just got led back to this conversation about rest in peace because, again, I woke up at 3:26, and Proverbs 3:26 stood out to me. And I ended up putting the whole Proverbs 3 in the Go Deeper section because I guess I feel like for those that truly want to rest in peace, Proverbs 3 has a lot of information about how you can be someone that can truly rest in peace. But I'm not going to read all of Proverbs 3, but I'm going to just read the verses that stood out to me, which was Proverbs 3:24 through 26. It says, "When thou liest down, thou shalt not be afraid. Yea, thou shalt be down, thou shalt lie down, and thy sleep shall be sweet. Be not afraid of the sudden fear, neither of the desolation of the wicked when it cometh, for the Lord shall be thy confidence, and shall keep thy foot from being taken." So this is good news, right? If you're on the Lord's side, this is where we can rest in peace. It's telling me that, hey, my sleep can be sweet. Even when there's desolation or whatnot around me, I might be seeing the wicked taken and all this different type of stuff. I don't have to worry about that because, again, my faith and trust is in the Lord. Does that bring you joy today? Does that give you some type of hope and peace of mind to hear that information? I hope so. Then that might be a sign that you on the good side. But if that makes you a little bit nervous, then friend, you might not be on the Lord's side. But again, we know that there's always hope. As long as you got another day, you got another chance, and you have a way to rest in peace and things of that nature. Let me give you guys another verse. It's 2 Corinthians 5:8. It says, "Yes, we are of good courage, and we would rather be away from the body and at home with the Lord." Now, who is bold enough to say that today? Are you would you rather be away from the body and at home with the Lord? Y'all might be like, are you? Honestly, with this being all that I quote unquote know, I think I'm getting there. I think I'm getting to the place where I'm like, can be confident and say, hey, you know what? Push comes to shove, I would rather be, with the Lord than in the quote unquote comforts that I know of and things of that nature. And again, I'm sure that takes us all, time and again, the wisdom and all to get to that place to be able to say those words confidently. But until you get there, I mean, at least again, the hope and peace and joy and whatnot that you feel in God's presence is, something to, I guess, look forward to, strive for, and appreciate, and things of that nature. I know at some point I was looking into, there was this article, or this quote that I most likely shared on our Facebook page. It was talking about how do you know that you're in the presence of the Lord, and as I was reading a lot of the the ways to know, I felt like it sounded like my life. Again, it says things like you trust God more, and you X, Y, and Z. You spend more time with the Lord than you do anybody, and just all that type of stuff like that. Where I'm like, it sounds a little bit like me these days, So that's a blessing, and everything like that. But yeah, hopefully we can all again say that last verse confidently and everything at some point, even if you're not able to say it right now. Psalm 4:8, it says, "In peace I will both lie down and sleep, for you alone, O Lord, make me dwell in safety." Again, this is a way that we can rest in peace, y'all, but we have to be in the Lord. We have to be, trusting in the Lord. We have to be among his, saints, believers, righteousness, however you look at it. That's the only way we can truly, truly rest in peace. I mean, we won't want to get to the end of our life and have people struggle to to say whether or not they believe we're with the Lord and things of that nature. And it's not about other people. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying live a life that you can be able to rest in peace. That's all. But I mean, I guess ultimately that's the juice this morning. Again, I could go on and on and on about my dream and things of that nature, but I think I've given enough, of what the Lord wanted me to share with y'all this morning. So, I mean, that's it, man. That's it in regards to the juice. Let me give a shout out to Nanaba Wise Witherson. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly. Giving me love from Ghana, y'all. So good morning, good morning. I don't know if it's morning where you are, but it's morning where I am. So hello, and God bless you too. All right, y'all, let me give you guys this Bible verse of today, and it's Hebrews 4:16. It says, "Let us therefore come boldly unto the throne of grace, that we may obtain mercy and find grace to help in time of need." Friends, I hope you all enjoyed this juice this morning. Thank you so much for listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration and juice. I pray you guys can go forth and have a wonderful day, and I look forward to talking to you all tomorrow, if the Lord's will. Just a reminder, we do have a new episode of the GSL Talk Show coming out tomorrow, and I don't have the gentleman's name in front of me, but he has a podcast. I believe his name was Rodney Footman. You guys can learn all about him, his podcast, and his testimony tomorrow night on the GSL Talk Show. Oh, and then I would say they're a top fan. Well, hey, man, I'm glad. To God be the glory. Look, be a fan of the Lord. Be a fan of the Lord. But yeah, man, GSL, y'all, check out the GSL Talk Show at 7 p.m. tomorrow night with Brother Rodney Footman. And y'all have a great, great Thursday. Bye-bye. This episode was sponsored in part by FaithfullyStyled.com. Show your faith in style and visit FaithfullyStyled.com, where faith and fashion meet to create truly unique apparel. You know what? I'm on their website now, and look, one of their shirts say, "If you want to impress me, bring me Chick-fil-A on a Sunday." Oh, I love these. So order me one right now and visit FaithfullyStyled.com to get your apparel today.